Hello, I'm back, and I thought I'd do another game review today. If you're wondering where I am, look, I'm at my favourite place in the whole world, a skate park. I thought, why not just do a review out here, because it's a really nice day today. Look, blue sky everywhere. It's an awesome day, so I thought I'd actually just mix it up a bit, and instead of doing that Mario Kart 7 review where you could barely see me, I thought why not get some good lighting and just shake it up a bit and do a review outside. So I'm going to put you here, and you can still see me, that's all good. And right, the game, I brought the case with me. The game I'm going to be reviewing is Metal Gear Solid. I picked this up on Friday, last Friday. Was it last Friday? No, it's the 9th, so yeah, it was a Friday before. Long story short, I haven't had this game for that long. I finished it a couple of days ago, and yeah. First thing you should know is that I am a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I really am such a big fan. Since I played it first on the PS1, the first Metal Gear Solid. I know there's been games previous to that. I'm sorry, I'm not that old to remember them. But the first Metal Gear game I ever played was the first Metal Gear Solid on PS1, and it was like the first adult game I ever played. It was all about nuclear weaponry and big, important, lengthy words and stuff like that, and I was like, this is an adult game. This is great. So yeah, it was sort of that was my first reaction to the first Metal Gear. Now, the first thing you should know is, if you are a gamer that does not like their cutscenes, this is not the game for you. And if you pick this up and complain about the cutscenes, no offence, but you are a bit of an idiot for buying a Metal Gear game and thinking it won't have cutscenes. That is what Metal Gear is notorious for, their long and lengthy cutscenes, which some people absolutely hate. Personally, I love it, because the reason I love a game is for its story, and I think Metal Gear has just had some of the best stories known to gaming. And half of that is because of its long and lengthy cutscenes. It actually takes time to explain what is going on and sets a story for you crystal clear. It's the best way to explain it is this game is practically a movie. It's so many cutscenes in. It's practically a movie with some gameplay in it where you get to control your main movie star, if you like. He's Snake. He's starring in a movie type thing. Does that make sense? I don't even know. But yeah, it's more a film, cinematics wise, than it would be a game. It's just a film that you get to control someone around in, which I like. I love it. I've always loved Metal Gear for their absolutely nut job crazy stories. Granted, the first two games were kind of going off topic. Like, there were sort of stories that you couldn't really relate to because it didn't really have anything to do with here or now. I'm probably not making sense. I'll probably make sense by saying that actually this one actually links to something. It links to the Cold War and all the nuclear war that was threatened there, I guess. Does that make sense? Probably not. Oh well. Long story short, I do absolutely love the game. It's fantastic. I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Yeah, but if you're not a fan of cinematics and cutscenes, then I would not get it, because you won't like it. You'll complain. And if you get it and complain anyway, then you cannot say I didn't warn you. So yeah, controls wise, yeah, controls are actually really, really, really good if, and this is a big if, you have one of these. Hang on, I'll take it out and show you. Basically, it's an attachable analog stick to your DS, so it means you have two analog sticks. Now, personally, I think if you don't have this, I would pretty much call this almost impossible to play. or really, really difficult, because it means that if you don't have that second analog, you'll have to control the camera view using the B, A, X, Y buttons, and that controls your shooting and all of that. Personally, I cannot think how you could possibly start to control where you're shooting using buttons instead of an analog stick. So yeah, if you were to buy this game, I would heavily recommend getting the second analog stick. Otherwise you're going to find it really, really difficult to play. Seriously difficult. New features, well obviously this was first off a PS2 game, and so they've remade it for the 3DS. They've added some quite nice features to it. For example, you can get to your weapons quickly using a touchscreen. You can do a lot of things and get to them quickly using the touchscreen. They've actually used the touchscreen really, really nicely in this game. It just makes it easier to get to items, easier to get to weapons. Your camouflage, because the main part of the game is you're immersed in jungle, so you have to wear different camouflage and face paints to immerse yourself in the jungle, make yourself invisible. That moves me on to another cool feature that the 3DS has called photo camouflage. You can actually take a photo of anything. I could take a photo of this skate park right now, and you could actually make it so that Snake wears it as his armour. Armour? Camouflage. Why did I say armour? I don't know. Saul, you're an idiot. Ow. Yeah, you can actually you can pretty much have him wear anything as camouflage, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice new feature. Completely useless unless you actually find some pretty good camouflage photos. But it's really just to have a mess around in that. Like, Metal Gear has always been known to have a bit of a laugh with the audience and that, all the people playing it. They've always done that, and this is just a nice little fun feature. So yeah, absolutely awesome. The only criticism I have is, especially for me, my eyes play up if I play games for too long anyway. I have to wear glasses and that if it gets too bad and all of that, as you might have seen in previous vlogs or video reviews that I've done. But yeah, because it was originally a PS2 game, it was like originally meant to be played on a screen like that, and basically they've just had to condense it to a screen like that. And they've done it really, really, really well. They've actually improved on the graphics while reducing the size, which is really, really good. But the only problem is that because it was originally meant to be played on a screen like that, I find that at times there is way too much stuff going on in such a small screen. And I found if I played it for too long, 2-hour stints at a time, which is how I normally play my Metal Gear games, it would really, really strain my eyes. I'd have to take a break for an hour or so, which I guess isn't too bad, but if you're like me, when I play my Metal Gear games, I play them in incredibly long stints. I play them like 5 hours at a time. So yeah, that was the only sort of snag I have with it, but I've been looking forward to this game for absolutely ages, and I was kind of a tad nervous, I guess, because I was such a fan of the previous two games, and I'd actually never played this game before, not on the PS2 anyway. I could never find it. Like, I discovered Metal Gear much later on, and yeah, by the time I'd finished Metal Gear 2, they'd stopped making PS2 games, so I found it really hard to come across the third one. So yeah, I just waited till the 3DS one came out, and I'm really, really, really happy to say that they did not disappoint. They did a really, really, really good job with it. So yeah, that was my review for Metal Gear. I'm sure half of it probably didn't make any sense, and you're going, what? But long story short, it's a really, really good game. The soundtrack in it is really good. The voice acting in it is really good. They've done a really, really good job with the remake, and I'm very, very happy. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys another time. Yeah, see you later. Bye bye.